Alrighty, what's up, everybody? Peter Gilmore here on this very late Wednesday night. Back at you again with video number 2 on the evening, right here on the Peter Gilmore YouTube wrestling channel, youtube.com/Peter Gilmore. Thank you all for watching. Make sure you like the video, hit the subscribe button down below, subscribe to all my other channels down in the description box, and as always, friend me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Share this video all over the internet, and don't forget to tap that bell. Turn on all my notifications so you never ever, ever miss an upload. And that's all I gotta say about all that. So like the video, dislike the video. You know what to do, trolls. You know what to do. Dislike the video, rotate on my you know what, and be jealous. That's all I gotta say about that. You three fucks. That's all I gotta say about that. So that's it. So like the video, subscribe to my channels, share the video all over the internet, follow me on social media, and hit the bell, turn on all my notifications so you never miss anything. And that's all I gotta say about that. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it's 2:55 in the morning. I would have done this video earlier, but gotta hang with you know who. So that's that. And check out my Raw review I did earlier tonight. I apologize for shutting the video down unexpectedly. I just shut the video down because I had an emergency, so I had to shut the video down. So I didn't finish the video, but all in all, I gave Raw a 5 out of 10, and that was all. Everything. Oh, I guess that's all about that. The main event with Bianca and Sasha didn't really. It was okay. That's that. Bianca wins by disqualification because Sasha came out and ruined it and beat everybody up and stood tall. And that's that. Other than that, the draft was garbage. I'll do a separate video maybe tomorrow about my thoughts on the draft and some other stuff, and then that's pretty much all I gotta say about that. And then maybe later tomorrow, after that, I'll do another video of my NXT review. Because I don't want to make this a humongous thing, because like I said, it's almost 3 o'clock in the morning, and if I finish this, if I do both shows, I probably won't finish till like maybe 4 or 5 o'clock, and I got a headache as it is, so it's freaking hot. That's all I gotta say about that. So NXT review probably be tomorrow, along with my thoughts on the draft, and that's all. That's it. All right. So once again, like I said, sorry that I cut off the Raw review at the end, and that's it. I had to take care of something, and I didn't want to. It was going way too long, so that's all I can say about that. So I just had to take care of something, so I ended the video abruptly. So I apologize, and I'm not gonna take it down, but it is what it is. And that's that. And as always, somebody clipped something I said. I guess I'm jealous. That's all I can say about that. I'm going my own way, and they can't, then they know what to do. Blow me. That's that. Done with those 3 fucks. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, at almost 3 o'clock in the morning, it is time. It is Wednesday night. You know what that means, right here on the Peter Gilmore channel. It is time for your late night AEW Dynamite. I can't scream because it's late and we're sleeping. So it's time for your AEW Dynamite review for October the 6th, 2021, from the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Because there's a lot of gay people there. That's all I gotta say about that. Two people live there. They are gay. That's it. So this is the 2-year anniversary show of Dynamite, and also And also the final Dynamite on Wednesday, as the next 2 weeks, Dynamite will be presented by Hockey. The start of the 2021-2022 season starts next Wednesday night on TNT. So Dynamite will be preempted the next 2 weeks, October the 13th and October the 20th. But we'll see Dynamite on Saturday night, October the 16th and October the 23rd, live from Florida, from Miami next week, and from Orlando the week after that, Saturday night at 8 p.m. live on TNT. As far as Rampage goes, we got this week from Philly. Of course, it's taped. As far as the next 2 weeks, I don't know if it's going to be taped or it's going to be live, a live Rampage, and then a live Dynamite, which I think they should do is a live Rampage, and then do uh, a live edition of. Well, they're going to do a live edition of Dynamite after that. But Rampage is up in the air because I don't know if it's going to be live or it's going to be taped. So probably will be. I think they will do it live, but we'll have to see what happens next Friday night in Miami, Florida, as we start the road to Full Gear on November the 13th. And that's all. That's it. All right. So, like I said, this is the the 2 year anniversary show. 2 years of this great company. Well, not this great. Well, 3 years of this great company. 2 years of this great show, Dynamite, which started off their first episode at Washington D.C. And 2 years later, they come to the so-called great city of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, at the arena in Philly, where I think the 76ers play. So that was all that, and we had a great show. This show was this was fucking epic show. Great show from start to finish. We had the Super Elite taking on um, Christian Cage, Jurassic Express, and a good buddy Brian Danielson. Well, I can't say yes anymore. You know, fans still do the yes chance. We know that's a cease and desist order from Vincent Kennedy McMahon, but whatever. So we had that to start the show, and I'll get to that in a minute. Um, we also had the main event, which was the Casino Battle Royale match, which had Orange Cassidy, John Moxley, Lance Archer, Andrade, Pac, and Matt Hardy, well as a couple other people were in it. The main event for the number one contendership to the AEW title. So we got that at the main event. That was epic. We had a great return tonight from a certain Cowboy, not James Storm, but I think you know what Cowboy we're talking about here, not JR. So we had that to end the show. It was awesome. That match itself was just great. The entire show was freak fucking epic. I love this. This is probably the greatest anniversary show in AEW history. I mean, last year was great. This one I think was even better. And now we're gonna see what happens going forward with everything that's going on. And we had that. All right, so let's get into it. Let's not waste any time because, like I said, it's 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm probably not gonna get anyone in the chat because everybody's probably sleeping. Well, if you're on the East Coast, it's 3:03 in the morning. So everybody, like most of my the people that usually on my show, like Nick and maybe my good friend Ethereal Leon, they're probably sleeping right now. So, but if you're on the West Coast, it's after midnight. So if you're on the West Coast or in another part of the world, come on in and we'll talk a little bit about Dynamite, and that's it. If not, then we'll talk tomorrow. That's all I gotta say about that. I didn't mean for this to be really late, but you know, I got a social life, unlike you bastards who are on YouTube 24/7. But it is what it is. All right, let's start that Dynamite. All right, so the arena in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. We have all 8 men in the ring for our 8-man tag team match. Like I said, Christian Cage, Jungle Boy, Jack Perry, Luchasaurus, and Brian Danielson. They're taking on the the elite, the elite baby, the elite, the super elite baby of our good friends, the Young Bucks. Nick and Matt Jackson teaming up with the heavyweight champion Eddie Omega, and also the man, the legend. Say it with me now, Adam Cole, baby. All right, this match was great to start the show, and as always, an elite match is just fucking epic. The first time, maybe the first time in many years, and a couple of years, maybe 3, 4 years, that the Bucks and Kenny and Adam Cole, baby, have teamed in a match. These four guys in teaming with each other was in Japan. So we got that. All right, so we start off with Jungle Boy Jack and Nick Jackson. Just a great way to start. Two high flyers going at it. Jungle Boy springboard arm drags Nick into a drop kick to start. Gives tags in Christian Cage. Comes in and beats up Nick for a little bit. And then Nick, I'm cold, baby, but yes, he doesn't have any luck with so he's in trouble. Jungle Boy Jack comes in with a big slimy kick to face, but Adam Cole, baby, comes back. It's over on Jungle Boy, hands it over to Kenny. It's a but Jungle Boy Jack manages to top rope and holds on to Matt's arm while bouncing on the top rope to crotch Nick even more. Boy, ooh, that's gonna hurt those nuts. Anyway, then after that, Brian Danielson comes in, basically kicking chop away at Matt Jackson's chest. Then Luchasaurus comes in just to get some kicks, just to do some work because he has to get paid, Then everything breaks down. Jungle Boy misses a slingshot dive to the floor. Um, and then they really surround him, and then that stooge Brandon Cutler, who's at ringside along with Nakazawa, he sprays Christian in the face with a cold spray, and then Matt Jackson picks him up. Then they hit the Meltzer driver, the Indie Taker, to Christian on the cage, uh, on on the floor, on Christian Cage, and basically that was it for Christian. Um, Looked like he might have a broken neck. I don't know. Uh, Doc Samson comes in. And I mentioned this on my Raw review because I did like an hour preview or watch along, if you will. So you can watch the last hour of that if you want. Um, so Doc Samson comes around, and Jungle Boy is trying to, see what happened to uh, to him and everything. Well, the rest of the team is like concerned about Christian Cage because he might have broke his goddamn neck, but Elite don't give two craps. Um, uh, super kick, the super kick midget, and then Jungle Boy. They throw him back into the ring where Adam Cole's waiting, and Adam Cole puts him in the camel clutch, fucks him in the ass, makes him humble. Then the Bucks come in, they run the ropes, and then they kiss Adam Cole, baby, on the cheek. The fans what they want. I mean, come on, that was fucking that comes in. And him and Kenny have an epic slug out. The fans are going completely berserk. It's the first time they you know, they were one on one in the ring since Grand Slam, that epic match, epic third draw match. Um, Kenny gets the advantage, takes him in the corner. Um, then Danielson comes back with those roundhouse kicks, takes Kenny up top, and hits a super hurricane rana, goes for the cover, gets a near fall out of that. Uh, everybody was saving everyone. Then we get the revolving door of secondary finishers, and which leaves Danielson in the ring with Kenny. He hits a tiger, not a tiger driver, uh, the what do you call it? Uh, uh, it hits a suplex, um, gets a near fall, right on Gil, did it in perfectly. Nick Jackson comes from the top with a swanton up, and then Luchasaurus just starts kicking everybody in the head, and then he goes to the floor and he does he's basically Luchasaurus is just basically kicking ass. Then he goes to the apron and then he does a moonsault on everybody, and then everybody starts to dive into the floor, which ends with Kenny hitting the Terminator dive, a Supercito. Everybody, the elite all get like, come on, Adam, do it. Why don't you dive? Like, okay, I'll dive. He goes off the ropes. He's like, okay, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna do it. He goes off the ropes and he stops. He, he stops him in the middle of the ring and he goes, "Adam, go, baby!" Hands go completely nuts. It was just fucking epic. That was just. Oh, gotta give the fun again. I guess they deal. They're prick. But I mean, it is what it is. So he does that. It, you know, it was just freaking great. I'm gonna hell out the whole match. And then Luchasaurus in choke slams him. Then he hits a standing moonsault, goes for the cover, and at 2.5. Then the Elite come in and attack. They try to pick up Source for a quadruple, basically that up. So that's your botch of the night. The fans knew where they're telling the Elite, oh, you fucked up, and the Elite like, we don't care. We fucked up. That's gonna be on Botchamania probably tomorrow. And that's basically it. And Jungle Boy comes in, beating him. Oh, he tries to come back. Then the Bucks hit a super kick on him. And then they feed him to Adam Cole, baby. City Sunrise on him, basically breaking his neck even more. Goes for the cover, gets a near fall out of that. As Daniel Bryan, excuse me, Danielson, basically Matt Jackson, threw Danielson right into the cover for the save. I mean, he just like he saw Danielson coming, and he's like, "Here, you go save him." I'm like, "What are you doing, Matt?" You had the match won. You get thrown. In the, that part. But anyway, um, he comes in to break it, and then he starts fighting with the entire Elite, which ends with the just kick. Kenny goes for the round kick, and we all know what happens there. He missed, and Kenny grabbed the leg. Danielson's then kicked to the floor. You sent him out. Jungle Boy's still in the ring, and that was basically it for Jungle Boy. They pick him up. The Bucks have him like this. and he didn't add them all. Just and then four man PGE trigger, and I was them to the match ends in almost 18 minutes. So it's a 20-minute time. All right, we're back. I apologize for that. Once again, I gotta really destroy this computer and throw it out, get a new one, but don't have the money for a new one yet. But I can't find my laptop. But it is what it is. All right. So I don't know where we left off, but anyway, I'll just give you a quick recap of everything before we try to continue on. All right. So we started off with the super elite Kenny Adam Cole baby and the young Bucks taking on Christian Cage, Jungle Boy Jack, Luchasaurus Jungle of Jurassic Express, and Brian Daniels. Pretty great match. Christian Cage got injured during the match after a Meltzer drive. Adam Cole and the Bucks doing their usual stuff, puts him in a camel clutch, fucks him in the ass, makes him humble, and then the Bucks run the room. And then blah blah blah. They do a whole bunch of dives, and then Adam Cole's about to dive. He goes, do Adam Cole, baby. That's it. And then Brian Danielson and Kenny go at it. Kenny puts him in. Brian puts Kenny in cattle mutilation. Nick saves it with a swanton bomb, and then Jungle Boy comes in, tries to do his best, but the Elite whip his ass. There was a botch by the Elite. They try to pick Luchasaurus up for a quadruple pound, and basically couldn't even get him up. They picked him up, and Kenny just fell. You fucked up. That's gonna be on Botchamania probably in the next couple of days. But other than that, Jungle Boy tries to fight him off. They get a double super kick by the Bucks, and everything. Yeah, they get beat up by the Bucks. Blah 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 blah. Double super kick right into the Panama City Sunrise. Cole goes for a near as Matt Jackson throw Danielson onto them. I'm just like, here, throw. I didn't know what it was about. Brian Danielson was trying to save the match, but then he comes in and just Matt Jackson's like, here, doing right now. Anyway, then Brian Danielson starts beating up the entire Elite. Then him and Kenny are in the ring. He starts hitting the just kicks to Kenny, goes for the roundhouse kick. Kenny blocked it, sends Danielson to the floor. And then Jungle Boy Jack is left in the ring, basically to get destroyed by the Elite. And that's what happens. They pick him up, hit a 4-man BTE trigger, boom, right in the head, lay him out. 1, 2, 3. Adam Cole gets the cover, gets the win for his team in a match that was about 18 minutes. And JR is complaining, hey, there's 4 men in the ring, Rick Knox. You think Rick Knox gives a crap? He doesn't want to get his ass kicked. Again, even though, if you watch PWG from the past, or the Bucks always give Rick Knox fits, and Kevin Steen, for that matter, with Mount Rushmore version 1 and 2. And Rick Knox got revenge a couple of times, cost the Bucks the PWG tag team titles in that Guerrilla Warfare match with Joey Ryan and Candice LeRae, where Candice was just like gushing blood, like she was on her period of all things. But it is what it is. Rick Knox can't do everything, so JR keep complaining. It is what it is. So the Super Elite get the win. Match I gave 4.5 out of 5 stars, and that's it. They're the best thing on television today, and they can't be stopped, whether you like it or not. And that's it. All right. Then, like I said, before I'm recapping because the video cut out, so I apologize for that. Then we hear from Moxley. Basically, nobody can pin me or make me submit, even though that's happened after you lost the belt to Kenny. So kind of contradictory there, but anyway. So he says, I can't be pinned. I can't, nobody can submit me. So now it's time to put some ladders in the ring. Let's go crazy because we're in Philly, which is basically, my city, blah, blah, blah. So let's go extreme. Let's go crazy. Then he talks about his 3-month-old daughter at home. She's kind of insane too. I mean, 3 months. Babies are crazy. Kids are crazy. That's why we call them those crazy kids. Because as soon as you have the kid, they're crazy from birth till the time they get the hell out of the house. And that's all I gotta say about that. So it's like, this is my city. I'm gonna win the belt back. I'm gonna win. I'm gonna win the match and get my belt back. And so we see what happens. So a little bit of hype to the casino ladder match later in the main event at the end of the show. So he's in it. Matt Hardy, Orange Cassidy, Lance Archer, Pac, Andrade, Matt Hardy. They're all in it, and we'll see who wins the poker chip. Not that Sonic ring. This time is for the poker chip. That's all I gotta say about that. All right, so I gave Moxie's promo uh, 3.5 stars, and that's it. All right, and then after that, not to be outdone, we get. So he comes out to a pretty decent pop, starts fist bumping Tony Baloney and JR, and just goes to Excalibur. Oh, sucks to be you. So Punk's like, you guys sick of me yet? You tired of me yet? The fans like, no. So he says, I can't believe I have these Michael Jordan these shoes on. Probably got them from the Young Bucks because they go to that time on BTE. You see him going to a department store or a shoe store with that stooge Brandon Cutler and Kenny. Why does Adam Cole go there with getting some new shoes? Why he's not doing it? Because he's banging his wife. That's why. He's banging Britt Baker in the hotel room. Doesn't need to go out, mingle among the people. It is what it is. So anyway, Punk talks about how he moved to Philly in 2002, wrestled part of the week, and trained wrestlers basically the other part of the week. What he loves, and that's professional freaking wrestling. And my neck hurts. Because he loves professional wrestling. He used the money he made in Philly and bought himself an iPod and a laptop because he was filthy rich at the time. Basically, he was wrestling in Ring of Honor around that. Well, even before Ring of Honor, because Ring of Honor came around in 2001. He didn't show up, I think, until 2005, I think. And then when was in TNA for a little bit, then I think he went to Ring of Honor somewhere. I might mix them up, but anyway. And then he went from basically from Ring of Honor, just basically whipping ass in Ring of Honor, to the WWE. He had a couple of good years, especially 2011. Summer Punk, 434 days as WWE get screwed over, then got fired on his wedding day to AJ, who's now coming back to wrestling as an executive producer for the Women of which got a new TV deal. They're not on Access TV anymore. They're going to be on Pluto TV and the CW Seed streaming site. So he's there with us and Tessa Blanchard, who's now back to wrestling, and also there is Alex Gracia and a couple other women. So WWE's back. They're gonna start shows in I think December. I think syndicated shows. I think late 2022. So some beyond syndication. It was syndicated shows. So I don't know if they're going back to Access TV. But most of the time, they're going to be on Pluto TV. So you got political TV to see AJ. What's wrong with that? And that's all I gotta say about that. All right. So anyway, talks about his shoes, and then Punk's like talks about his time in Philadelphia, where he lived there for 3 years. Blah blah blah. And he used the money he made in Philly. He bought an iPod. Blah blah. He wasn't rich because of the money. It was just because he was in a wrestling culture. Now he's back. He's not tired of how he's feeling. He wanted to wanted to give it back. Basically, I guess either the money or basically give back to the fans because 7 years, and now in AEW for almost 2 months. So he has fun with the fans. It's like, I'll wrestle tonight, even though he's wrestling on Rampage. So kind of messed up a little bit there. Same freaking promo that he's been doing for the last couple weeks. That's why he's getting booked incorrectly. Besides, after Darby, who's he face next? Will fucking Hobbs. Basically, Will Hobbs almost killed the guy. But anyway, he's like, I'll wrestle tonight, or he's like, you have a choice. I'll wrestle right now or tonight. Cheesesteaks, like free ice cream. By the way, the ice cream bars are still out. Just gotta be lucky what store to find them in. I can't find them anywhere. I'd rather have it in my local supermarket for like $3-4, not a ridiculous price like $12. It is what it is, and that's all I gotta say about that. All right, so it's like, you want cheesesteaks or you want cheesecake? So fans obviously pick cheesecake, cheesesteak, I should say, because they're in Philly, and just like, where you gonna go? Geno's or Pat's? Is what it is. Philly still sucks dick, but it is what it is. The fans are garbage. The teams are garbage. Because Phillies will always be New York's bitch. That's anyway. So the fans are like, yeah, let's see you wrestle. Oh, I guess you're not hungry, huh? You don't want food? Okay. So the fans want him to wrestle. So then he's like, okay, I'll wrestle. And then he talks about in Chicago, it almost ended for Chicago. And then he brings up Daniel Garcia's name, one of the guys from 2.0, that basically him, Darby and Sting were beating up like a month or so ago. So he calls out Daniel Garcia, says, "You grab the balls, meet me on Rampage, and we'll go 1-on-1." So I guess that's Punk's next little match. Whoop-de-damn-do. So we see Punk on Rampage, because Page needs it right now. 622,000 last week for Rampage. Can it get any lower? Because they had a preliminary of 622. And that's all I gotta say about that. And so Daniel Garcia versus Punk on Rampage, and that's now official Friday night at 10 p.m. on TNT. All right, so after that, the music hits. Punk goes to leave, takes off his shoes, his new Jordans, gives it to some fan who's dressed for Cassidy. And that's it. So very classy move by him. And I like how JR said, "Don't worry, kid, you'll grow into him." And that's it for 3 out of 5 stars. And we'll see Punk on Friday night and see what he does against Daniel Garcia. I think he'll win. Obviously he's gonna win, but you got Lee and Parker at ringside. The BTE champion. So, well, one of them. I think Parker's the champion, but it is what it is. That's that. So 3 out of 5 stars for that. All right, then we get as we saw last week, where after Cody and Lee Johnson won their tag team match. Arn Anderson comes in and says, "What's wrong with you?" And he says, goes into that epic thing where he talks about the clock. And the memes are just popping off everywhere for the last week or so. And I don't need to watch it again, but it is what it is. So anyway, we see Arn Anderson. He's talking to Dave LaGreca on the Mark Henry podcast, I think it was, talking about the whole thing with Cody and blah blah blah. What happened last week? Then we go to outside Cody Rhodes' house as Brandy was sleeping. Arn Anderson's outside. He has a barrel, a flaming barrel. We got some fire. So he's burning still outside of Cody's house, and he's talking about I think stuff. He takes Cody's suit that I think he was wearing. I don't know when he was wearing it, but he takes one of his suits, burns it, and then Cody's like, "What are you doing out here?" I was like, "Oh, you finally woke up. Get the hell down here." So so he talks. Cody goes up to him, talks about how Arn turned his back on him last week. So Arn cuts him off, says, "No, you turned on us. You threw us to the curb." And that's that. I gotta finish this up because the missus is sleeping. It's 4 o'clock in the morning. So Cody, so Arn says Cody can have his multi-million-dollar, his reality TV shows. Both of them suck. But you might as well paint a star on your face. He says. Then he's like, "Give me your tie," and Cody's like, "Well, I'm not giving you my tie." But then he eventually gives it to him, and then Arn throws it in the burning barrel, burns that alive. Then Cody's like, "I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that." And I was like, "Bitch," slapped him right in the face. So basically, he proved his point. It's like, you turned your back on us. So basically, fuck you, Cody. So that's that. So that's basically it. And eventually, Cody's gonna turn. I don't know about Brandy, but we'll see what happens. Now there was a story that came out, I think a day or so ago, that Brandy and Cody were gonna leave AEW. Really? They're not gonna leave the company that they helped build with the Bucks and Kenny. No, he's not leaving. He's not leaving. So for all you people that think he's leaving, fuck you. That's all I gotta say about that. All right, I gave that segment as well as All right, then we go to our next match for the TNT title. We had the Spanish God Sammy Guevara takes on Bobby Fish in his AE. Bobby Fish came out to his Ring of Honor theme. It would have been better if Kyle O'Reilly was with him. So fans go cheer, go berserk even more. We pop for Bobby Fish, but of course. So they go at it. Pretty decent match. Excuse. lots of near falls. Um, there was a big spot where Bobby took Sammy up top, then he hits an avalanche Falcon arrow. Um, I thought it was over, but Bobby couldn't get the cover, but he does cover it, 6 out of 2. Then a suplex into the corner gives Bobby a back, kicks Bobby Fish away, and gets the advantage. 1, 2, 3. He retains the TNT Championship. Obviously, because they're not going to make him lose in his first defense. That's all I got to say about that. All right, so 9-minute match. It was all right. So once again, I gave that 3 out of 5. His top team come out: Dan Lambert, Paige Van Zandt, Junior Dos Santos, and a couple other guys. They come out, they surround the ring, and Paige Van Zandt gets in. Like, oh, you want to fight me? I'll beat you up, Sammy. So Sammy's not gonna beat a woman, of course. It's his wife, but I like that. Sammy's a nice guy. Whatever. So he's beat down by the entire America's top team, and then Fuego del Sol, his little buddy, comes out for the save, starts beating up on and then we hear the music of Judas, and then Chris Jericho and Jake Hager come out for the save. They run off the entire America's top team, and then the fans are singing, finish the song, and then it was finally, and basically the fan from the Guerrero tree, and he tries to talk, blah blah blah. After Jericho knocked Junior Dos Santos to the floor, and then him and Hager and Sammy and Fuego del Sol stand tall, and then Dan Lambert tries to, I guess, like I said, the protein treatment. Um, he talks about Jericho. You've been around for a long time, but right now it's not your time. He's like, you don't call the shots anymore. Then he talks about next week's Dynamite from Miami on the 16th. Which Miami's the America's top team, and their good buddy, the man who kicked Jericho's ass last week, Jorge Masvidal. So he proposes a 6-man tag team match with the Men of the Years, Scorpio Sky and Ethan Page, teaming up with Junior Dos Santos against the Inner Circle, which I guess will be Jericho, Jake Hager, and Sammy Guevara. So got that. Jericho's like, goddamn, you said. And then Mike goes out, and then he gets another. And it's like, oh, this works. Gotta have better Tony. So anyway, Jericho promises to beat the living shit out of Lambert and his little team. So he's like, I guess they accepted the match, obviously. So it is what it is. Even though Lambert couldn't be, and then I'm out. Still pretty decent. After from Lambert and company. So we'll see what happens next week. Next Saturday night in Miami with the Men of the Year and what's his name, Junior Dos against Cole Hager and Sammy Guevara. See if the Inner Circle can finally get rid of Lambert and company. But I think this is going to go on for another few weeks, and I'm thinking we're going to get something maybe at Full Gear. I was thinking Stadium Stampede, but I mean it's in Minnesota at the Target Center. You can't do it inside the Target Center. So if they want to do Stadium, they could go to do that, or do something else, like a big faction warfare match or something like that. Well, we'll see what that. All right, so I gave the after that 3.5 sauce, and that's it. Right after that, we get a promo from the acclaimed Anthony Bowen and our good buddy Max Caster, basically rapping about getting a tag team title shot against the AEW tag team champions, the Lucha Brothers, Bray Phoenix, and our good friend Pentagon Zero. Zero Fear for you little minions out there. But it is what it is. So, wasn't really a great rap, but yeah, just to hype up their match on Rampage on Friday night. That's all I gotta say about that. So I gave that 2.5 out of 5 stars. All right, then we go to the ring with a special announcement from Tony Khan, but we didn't see Tony Khan. It was from Tony Khan. So I'm like, I wonder what is for the special announcement. And he mentions that Dynamite is going to be moving to TBS January the 5th. And basically saying that means we're going to be doing something special. Obviously, the first show on TBS. So Dynamite will still be around, but not on TNT anymore, except for those special shows during next year. There's 4 special, of course. And Tony's like, well, we're gonna have a new show, new station, new channel, and shows us a new title, which is called the TBS title. We have the TNT title. I don't know what's gonna happen with Sammy Guevara's title. Probably just keep it and maybe just defend it on TNT instead of doing it on TBS. I don't know. So the TBS title is going to be in the women's division. That's what we mentioned. The second women's title. That's the secondary women's title. The TBS title, and they got starting a another tournament to crown the first ever. So that's pretty much it. So I mean that I see be a Rose online, the Rose and a Deeb, Cheetah, maybe Rio. The women that you know and love. You see on Dark and Elevation, sometimes on Dynamite and Rampage. So that's all that. Allie the Bunny include. So we'll see who wins. Jay Cargill, I should say too. So we'll see who wins this tournament and wins the first ever TBS title on January the 5th. That's that. All right, so I gave that 2.5 out of 5 stars, and that's it. Get the hell out of the ring, Tony. As Darby Allin, basically talking about last week about his uncle and stuff that MJF said to Darby last week. So he's talking about MJF kind of got to you last week, huh? So Darby's like, yeah, he kind of got to me. I was there. He was like, I was there when my uncle drove drunk and killed himself. Talking about how he paints his face, his face, one's for the human side, one's for the demon side, or something like that. So Darby's like, I faced death that night, being 5 years old. So he's faced death that night, but lived to talk about it. And he basically says that MJF's not going to break him physically, mentally. Basically it. So I gave that 3 out of 5 stars. All right, speaking of Darby, he's in our next match. He didn't last that long. Like almost 5 minutes. Darby man himself, Nick Camarado of the Nightmare Factory. He had Aaron Solo and QT Marshall at ringside. Match wasn't even that great. Sting was out there just to go, woo! Stuff like that. So Darby does a flip dive onto Aaron Solo and Nick Camarado to start. Then he sends him into the ring post. Then he goes in, starts beating him up. Then we go to break, and then we come right back, and the match ends. I mean, really, what happened? I mean, besides the match, the matches, which were basically the first match and Punk segment. Other than that, there's a couple of moments. This was one of them. besides the botch in the elite match. And then this but anyway, so they go to commercial, they come right back, we see Darby hitting the coughing drop on Nick Cara. 1, 2, 3, he win. They should have never went to commercial. That's why I hate when they go to commercial right in the middle of the match, or they go right near the end of the match, and then we either go to picture in picture and we see what's happening, and then we come back from picture in picture or a commercial break, and then the match ends and we don't know what happened. And then they show us what happened. It's stupid. Anyway, Darby gets the win. Match gave 5 stars. Afterwards, QT Marshall sneaks in and hits a diamond cutter, or a really weak Gilmore cutter on Sting. Basically, like, diamond cutter. I eat diamond cutters for breakfast. So he hits the diamond cutter. Sting's like, screw you. No sells it. Like, he no sells everything these days. He pops right back up and hits the Scorpion Death Drop. Thanks for coming. So waste of 5 minutes suck fest. That's all I gotta say about that. All right, after that we go to the back in the locker room of the Dark Order. We have the entire group there. Except -1 at school. The tribute show. All right, so we see Evil Uno there. Stu Grayson's there. The Beaver Boys are there. Preston is there with the mask, and number 5, who's now unmasked. And then we also see the lovely and hot Anna Jay. And oh yeah, that's Dick. So they're I can't make the decisions, and basically, we should. I think we should make the decisions as a team. Then they all go vote. They start voting as a family. And then Johnny Hungy, John Silver is like, the first vote should be where Alan Angels it's like Alan Angels has to put on that goddamn mask again because he looks hideous, and basically called him like, "Oh, you look like Stu Grayson," And Stu's like, "Well, you're bald and you have a beard because he's a man. He's not 40, but he's a man. He's got a beard, but it is what it is." And then they're bickering, and then Anna Jay being the voice of reason because she's fucking hot. Why not? She breaks everything up, says, "Hey, are we all on the same page or not?" And they're like, "Okay, we're good again." And they start doing the claw. So we'll see what happens with the ever going Dark Order. Probably like they're hitting on next week. They're good. I'd rather just keep them good and just. That's all I gotta say about that. All right, so I give that 2.5 out of 5 stars. Blah 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 blah. And it is what it is. And I got something. If you don't like it, too bad. All right. After that, we go to the ring where we had Tony Baloney who's making a name for himself these days. Teaming with Matt Sydal, and the fans love the guy. So he comes in. They have him and Tony have a little chat. So Dante takes the mic from Tony. "Get out of here, Tony. You suck." He's like, "I'm proving myself that I can hang with anybody in the back, and I'm obviously a dangerous man." And now he wants to fight anyone willing to get in the ring with him. And then the lights go out, and you thought it was Bray Wyatt? Nope. Not Sabu. They're in Philly, but it's not Sabu. Logical person, it's Malachi Black. So he comes in the ring, with his Shao Kahn mask, and he's like right behind Dante. Dante turns around and is like, "Oh shit, I'm about to get my ass kicked." And then JR's like, "He kicks people's heads off for a living." So Malachi takes his black mist in in Dante's face. Then boom, black mask again, and then they come back on, and then Tommy N gets on the mic and says, "The House of Black accepts the challenge." Throws the mic down, and that's it. So looks like not that Dante's gonna win, of course, but I don't know what's gonna. They didn't announce when that match is gonna happen. I would think probably next Saturday on Dynamite. So yeah, so Tommy N goes from whipping Cody's ass not once but twice, and then he kicks a couple other jobbers out. Jobbers heads off. Kicks Arn Anderson's face. Dustin Rhodes. Now he's facing Don Moore. So he's just the entire job roster, and then maybe they'll get a TNT title shot or maybe a world title shot. But probably gonna take a while, but we'll get there. All right, so that was all right. So I give that 3 out of 5 stars, and that's it. All right, after that we go to break. We come back with the FTW Starks, and it talks about how this is the original FTW title. There was another one. Anyway, so he talks about the FTW was defended in Philly, in basically down the block at the 2300 arena, the old ECW arena. So he talks about Taz held the belt, and that's what came out the FTW's mindset and all that crap. He says he's more of a champion than Brian Cage, last champion, who said, well, he didn't show up tonight to and basically like, well, that's a shame because I wanted to challenge him to a Philadelphia street fight. And then Brian Cage comes out. It's like, oh, there he is. What are you gonna do now? As Tony Baloney was talking about on commentary. So Brian Cage comes out. He beats the crap out of Ricky Starks, and then we see Hook and Will Hobbs have to pull him to safety, and that's it. So the feud continues on, and I don't know when they're gonna match for the ridiculous FTW title that really should be out in the garbage. The worthless title that's defended 24/7, but just like that, but worthless fucking title. And all right, so that's all I gotta say about that. So I give that 2.5 out of 5 stars, and that's it. All right, then we hear from most of the women on the roster. We hear from Thunder Rosa, Jade Cargill, some young chick. I didn't get her name. I think it was Sky Blue, or I don't know who that was. Some random young chick. Then we hear from Ruby Soho. Then we hear from Jade Cargill, who basically said that I'm gonna win the tournament, and I'm gonna make the TBS title that bitch show title. So I think Jade Cargill's gonna win it. She's gonna be the finals. I would think against maybe Thunder Rosa, but it is what it is. One of them is gonna win that title. I'll be okay with either one winning that title. And that's all I gotta say about that. All right, so we hear from them. I give that 2 out of 5 stars. All right, then speaking of the women, we go to a match. Let me just check something real quick. Okay, what Sheeta wins. She becomes the first woman to win 50 matches and gets a little trophy out of that, like Jungle Boy Jack. All right, they go back and forth for a while. Like Sheeta had her beat lines, but Serena out. Then she goes up top, hits a missile dropkick for a near fall. Goes for the octopus, it gets countered. And then Serena goes for the deep tox, which gets countered as well. She hits that running knee. Then she dives onto Deeb, who was kind of like on Dream Street. So she dives onto Serena, who comes back with a running knee of her own. Then she goes to allow Sheeta to hit a sit-out dominator for a near fall. Then she hits a Deeb kicks out at 2 again. And then and then Sheeta tries to do some more. Then she just like just picks it up, just banging it on the freaking canvas. Then she locks in the Serenity lock, and Sheeta had to set out. Second loss, if I'm not mistaken. She lost to um, Britt Baker, of course, for the title. Now I think this is her second loss in her career. So she's 49-2, and that's it. So Serena Deeb gets a not a really shocking win, but the win. Match was okay. 3 out of 5 stars. That's it. After the match, I think Edwards tries to raise her hand, and Serena's like trophy, and then hits Sheeta right in the head with it. Damn. So it looks like we might get a rematch for that, and I think she's gonna win that, get her little trophy, and then probably be put into that tournament, the best title, and that's it. And fun. So like I said, 3 out of 5 stars for that. All right, see Dummy in the back. He's walking in the back, and then Alex Marvez comes up to him and says, "Oh, Darby, I just want to get your comments on that MJF Dynamite Miami. So do you accept?" So Darby's like, "I duh." So about time he asked, and then a limo comes in, and Darby's like ready to fight because I think he knows who it is, seemingly thinking that MJF's inside. Instead, we get a whole bunch of masked men coming out of the limo. They start beating the crap out of them. We all know they are. The Pinnacle was the Warlow and an FTR basically beat the crap out of them. They throw him into a stop sign, and then Warlow hits an F10 onto a bunch of steel barricades. Yeesh. And then another guy, clearly MJF comes out in his stupid freaking ski mask. And he picks up Bobby's skateboard and chokes him with it. Oh, that's the Pinnacle. Like, we didn't know that. So they get in the limo, they leave, and basically Tony Schiavone happened. So I gotta say about that. So Darby Allin JF next week on Dynamite. I hope Darby whips his ass, but it is what it is. I'm gonna make him lose again, but I think he's only lost like 2 matches already. So I gave that 3.25 out of 5 stars, and that's it. All right, then we get a from the man of the hour, Leo Rush, and with our good Jim Cornette, like today and I think a day or so ago. So basically, Leo talks about how much he likes Dante Martin, blah blah blah. He's like, I go, I'm the man of the hour, but I'm also a businessman. So he thinks that Martin needs to rush towards Malachi Black's challenge, and he says, so maybe Rush is doing what he did on the Monday Night Raw roster about a year or so ago, with Lashley, Big Money Lashley, the Almighty Lashley. So he's probably doing that type of gimmick right now. So I don't know. So I gave that 2.5 out of 5 stars. Then we go to the back with Tony Baloney and Dr. Britt Baker, DMD. As always, she has the ever hot Rebel and Jamie Hayter next to her. The TBS title, what she thinks of it. Britt likes the idea of the tournament. but even though she's like, "Oh, I thought it was for the Cartoon Network title." Okay, so she likes the idea of the tournament because some of these bitches might just leave her alone and not come after her AEW Women's title. So she's like, "Go have fun in your sincerely, Dr. Britt Baker, DMG, baby." That's it, short and to the point. So I give that 2.25 out of 5 stars. All right, then we get to the main event for the poker chip casino lag. The entrants come out in intervals, start, and then they come out every 2 minutes. And then there's a Joker, of course. So you can win it, though you can win at any time. So the Joker doesn't even have to come out to win the match. Before all the entrants come out. We start off at number 1 with Orange Cassidy, who comes out with the best friends. Give me a hug. Chucky T, Wheeler Utah, and Chris Statlander, and the Philadelphia 76ers mascot. Looks better than Gritty. Anyway, Pac comes in at number 2. They go at it, and Cassidy takes off his sunglasses. Pac knocks him down. He starts whipping his ass, but then and then brings in the ladder. Cassidy hits a bling buster, and then number 3 is Andrade, and you know how Andrade doesn't like Pac, so they start going at it. He drops before Andrade can even get in the ring. He goes up, Andrade jumps at her. Ow. Then Orange Cassidy comes in with the lazy kicks of doom. Oh. And a head scissors. And then Matt Hardy comes out at nowhere. There's a side effect on. And then he goes up the climb, and then Orange Cassidy stopped it. We go to break. Then we come. Lance Archer comes in at 5. He splashes Cassidy on a ladder, bridges into another ladder. He teases going up, but then we hear Wild Thing play. John Moxley comes in from the crowd. Why not? And then him and Archer start fighting in the crowd. He pelts a chair at Archer's head. They start fighting at ringside. Fight to ringside, I should say. Where Archer hits Moxley with the chair as well. They get back in. Cassidy hits the orange punch on him down, but then Moxley takes him down. Then a running drop kick into the ladder. Just give me 1 second. Hear my phone go off. Okay, nothing. That. And I thought the missus woke up and said, "Get the video done. It's 4:16." All right, so I'm gonna pretty soon, and I'm gonna edit and then take an ass because my head's spinning right now. I got a splitting migraine right now. It's been a long day. And plus it's hot in the house. All right, so a running drop kick into the ladder into Lance Archer, sends him into the corner, and then we get the Joker at number 7, and it is like I mentioned on my Raw review that it might be not Bray Wyatt, not Punk, not Danielson. It's the man that we all knew that was coming back eventually, Hangman Adam Page, Mr. Cowboy shit. He comes out, it's a massive pop, and goes right at Moxley. They slug it out. He cleans house. Pac gets in a chair. Then he puts Page on the table, goes to the ladder, but Johnny comes in, so he has to deal with Andrade. Then um, and Pac hits a headbutt, drops Andrade off the top of the ladder onto a chair, onto a ladder at ringside. Ouch. It's on Page to go up top. Him and Pac down on the top of the ladder. Then Page locks in the Deadeye, and he hits a super Deadeye off the ladder through a table, which looked really, really, really scary because looked like Pac came down on his neck. Oof, that could have been really bad, really, really bad. But Page got the worst of it. Almost looked like as he comes up favoring his knee. Well, I shouldn't have done that move, dummy. Take some time off, and now you come back and you blow out your knee. That's great. Anyway, and then Matt Hardy shoves the ladder over to break up the fight. Cassidy goes, hits the ropes and he comes back. And then Archer comes in and cleans house. Page is back up, hits the buckshot lariat. Looks like the knee is all fine and dandy. Now hits Page with a in the back. Then he goes up with Page. But then now he gets knocked out. And then I think Page knocked him in the eye, and Moxley just fell down. And that was it. And then Page goes up, grabs the poke chip. Why not? And he picks up the win, and he gets the AEW title shot. Match is about 17 minutes. 3.5 out of 5 stars. And that's pretty much it. So Adam ringside. Then he takes another beer. So it's doing his best Stone Cold impersonation. And drinks a beer, and he gets a future title shot against Kenny, which will probably be just going to win the belt. That remains to be seen. I mean, because to get the opportunity to face Moxley for the belt at All Out, but and we'll see what happens with that. And we'll move on from there. Good match, just crazy spots galore, but still, match was pretty good, and that's all. We'll summarize the results for you guys. Danielson, Luchasaurus, and Jungle Boy Jack of Jurassic TE Trigger on Jungle Boy. They get the win over there. Sammy Guevara with the GTH, and then got beat up by America's. And then they're gonna have a 6-man tag on Dynamite and Garcia on Rampage. Blah blah blah. Offing drop, and then Sting beats up QT Marshall, the Pinnacle, and MJF, and then they're gonna have we had the introduction of the TBS title. That's going to be defended. I think the winner will be crowned on January the 5th on TBS against Hikaru Shida. Serena beats her with the Serenity Lock with her 50 wins, and that's it. And in the Casino ladder match, your AEW World Title shot against Kenny Omega. So an epic show minus the little beginning of the near the end of the match. Jericho. I have a drink. No, I know. Bad production on the Darby Nick Camarado match. They go to commercial. But other than that, great start. And that's it. And the other that's all I gotta say about that. But still, pretty decent show. I don't give a crap. If you think I'm a mark, I don't give a crap either. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, that's it. Time to go to bed. It's 4:20 now. I'm gonna go right to bed because I gotta get up in the morning. I got stuff to do. And watching once again 8.5 out of 10 stars for Dynamite for their 2-year anniversary show and beyond with Dynamite as their new channel, CBS, but they'll still be on TNT with those 4 big specials now to the winner of the women's tournament and all that good stuff. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for watching. Peter Gilmore signing off. Friday night, coming out of the draft. We'll see what happens with that for SmackDown. And then we got Rampage right after that. Hopefully, Daniel Garcia probably being the main event. And then we got for the AEW, so much more on Rampage this Friday night from Philadelphia at 10 p.m. And then we go into Columbus Day weekend. Because Columbus Day is on Monday. So, day weekend. But most people be having a 4-day weekend. But it is what it is. But enjoy your Columbus Day weekend coming up. And Halloween's right around the corner. That's we're 24 days away from Halloween. 3 weeks from Sunday is Halloween, and that's pretty much it. We're getting closer and closer to the Halloween. The sun's going down around 6:30 now. It's sunrise is around 7 o'clock now. So we got that, and then in a few weeks we're talking about daylight savings time where we fall back. So the sun will be coming up at 6 o'clock, and then going down around 4:30, well, around 4:45, 5 o'clock, all the way up until March. And then we'll talk about Thanksgiving, and then the holiday season, Hanukkah, right after Thanksgiving on November the 29th. And then we'll talk about Christmas, the holiday season, and on my birthday, of course. My, no, my ever popular birthday coming up. Once becoming Old Man Gilmore once again for the 45th time, and all that good stuff. And then we got New Year's Eve, and all the stuff's gonna happen on New Year's Eve. We got the last Rampage of the year. We got the last SmackDown of the year, and then after that we drop the ball. We begin 2022 with that. We got New Year's we got day one, that the first pay-per-view of the year for the WWE. That special pay-per-view they're doing on January the 1st on Saturday in Atlanta, GA. And then we got that, and then 4 weeks later we got the Royal Rumble from St. Louis, Missouri. So WWE's gonna start with not one but two pay-per-views in 2022, along with New Japan with Wrestle Kingdom 16, and that 2-night, it's gonna be another 2-night event, and then New Year's Dash after that. And then after the Royal Rumble, we start talking about whatever is after that. The WWE does a pay-per-view in February. Then we got Revolution for AEW, and that's it. Then after that we roll on into March and April. We got WrestleMania 38 from Dallas, and then we continue the year. Baseball will be back, football will be over, the Super Bowl will be happening in February, Valentine's Day, and all that other good shit. And that's all I gotta say about that. All right, let's go to bed, everybody. Thank you all for watching. I'm Peter Gilmore, signing off. Peace out. Rock on. Check out my Raw review that I did earlier. Sorry, like I said, I apologize for the abrupt ending to that video, but I'm not gonna delete it or anything. I'm just gonna leave it up for all you people to watch, and all that good stuff. So that's it. Thank you for watching. Peter Gilmore signing off. Peace out. Rock on. If you're not down with that, well, too bad. Too bad. You're all jealous. And that's all I gotta say about that. Jealous little fucks. And that's all I gotta say. So, not down with that. Like I said, you're jealous, and I got 3 words for you. Fuck you, man. And that's it. Go to bed. I'll see you guys tomorrow with my NXT review and maybe a quickie stream talking about the draft, a little bit more in depth about the draft, and then that's it. And then that's it. Have a great Thursday, and that's all I gotta say about that. All right, everybody, go to bed. And if not, well, go fuck yourselves, because that's what you're probably doing anyway when you go to bed. But it is what it is. All right, I'm out. Peace, bitches.